Hi, Mr. Gibson. This is Michelle Goldman reporting in for our Milestone 2 deliverables for the Android app Truth or Tale. So in this week's milestones, we were focusing on the category screen and also on the game quiz activity screen. So starting from the home screen, there were no changes here, so we'll click on play. And from last week, the change request to remove the back button and then just have the start button, which is modeled after the home screen buttons, has been implemented since we do have the back button in the toolbar at the top. So remove that redundancy. So we've got our spinner for our categories, and we've got 8 categories to choose from. So user can select any of the categories and then click on start, and then that will take the user to the game quiz activity. There were no other change requests for the category screen. Everything was completed at 100%, and that was really just the back-end spinner functionality and getting that working, and then tying that in with the question databases and getting those actual live databases up and running. So that is now all tied in, so that once you advance, you click on start and go to the game quiz activity, that everything is fully functioning and the corresponding questions will appear. So that takes us to the second part of the deliverables, which is our game quiz activity screen. And for that, here, let's click on start and we'll advance to the game screen. So in this deliverable, we were focusing on the answer text view functionality, the truth and tale button functionality, and also in the question text view functionality. So that once the user is in the game, the question does appear here in the question text view. You've got the corresponding category that does show up above each question. One of the change requests that you had approved was to show the correct number of responses that the user has answered, and that was just to help eliminate some of the visual distractions that were happening within the game that I noticed as I was going through, through trial play, and so we'll see that in a moment here. So we click on truth. You'll see that that was a true answer, so the number of correct answers incremented to 1, and we did not see correct show up here where it was showing up before. And there we have it again. And once we get an incorrect response, it will flash up there on the screen and then disappear. So that I felt would help eliminate some of the visual distraction and interference, hoping to minimize, that taking away from the player's focus and concentration on the game. So we've got all of the categories working, all of the question text view populating, all of the databases are implemented and working. And I think that other than the last change request, which you had approved, was up at the top in the toolbar, removing that back button, which I thought was visually misleading to the user. Instead of just going back to the previous screen, the user would be able to click on quit game if they wanted to just abandon the game. And so here we have an alert dialog that will caution the user that they will lose the current level progress if they continue. If they click cancel, they'll be returned to where they were. And the same thing happens if you click the Android hardware back button. And if you click OK, then it's going to take you to the parent activity, which was selecting a category. So that way, if the user wants to select a different category, then they'll be able to do that and then keep playing. So everything is accomplished for the week at 100%. No other issues, nothing else that I'm struggling with, and look forward to completing the entire application for you for next week. Thank you.